District, Carl Hayden High School's underwater robotics team took on the best and proudly holds first place in this year's National Remote Operated Underwater Vehicle Championships.
Students from Carl Hayden High School's underwater robotics team beat colleges and universities to win the Marine Advanced Technology Education Center's ROV competition in California back in June. ROVs, or remotely operated underwater vehicles, are tethered robots that dive below the surface of the oceans to work and explore the last frontiers on Earth. After 3 days of competition, the Arizona High School was awarded first place, upsetting second place MIT. Points were awarded for the ROV's missions, but also technical reports and verbal presentations. This was the first year Carl Hayden participated in the ROV competition. The high school has been competing successfully in robotics competitions for the last 3 years at a national and regional level. So Carl Hayden High School is proud to be the #1 ROV school in the nation, high school, junior college, or university.
Here with us is Faridodin Lajvardi, a teacher at Carl Hayden High School and an advisor to the team, and Cristian Arcega, a student on the Falcon Robotics team. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us on Horizonte. Freddie, I'd like to start with you, and before we start talking about the ROVs and the robotics, tell us a little bit about Carl Hayden High School.
Well, Carl Hayden High School is located on 35th Avenue in Roosevelt, and it is predominantly a Hispanic school, about 92% Hispanic. And we're in the process of improving our standing in the academic rankings as far as our school. And we also have another area that we're excelling in right now, and that's the robotics.
And now the hard part, tell us what ROVs and robotics are.
Well, ROV stands for Remotely Operated Vehicle, and it mostly refers to underwater robots. And the competition was held in Santa Barbara, and it was open to high school and university, and there were 2 classes. We were in the university class.
And how did you get involved?
Myself and Dr. Cameron, another faculty member, we both attended a seminar the year before about how to build ROVs, and we heard about this competition and decided that we wanted to take our students that were already involved in robotics to this competition.
Christiana, I understand that you had many roles on the team. Tell us what you did.
Yes, well, I was in construction, driving, and played a role in the presentation for the judges.
And how long did it take for all of you to plan and build the ROV?
It started in about the middle of the school year, and we just progressed from there.
Looking back on it now, what would you say was the hardest part of the competition?
The hardest part would have had to been the organizations that we had to do before the final project was due.
You mean the presentations to different groups?
Yes,
or?
and the final little tidbits that we had to complete on the ROV.
Things like what? Give me an example.
Like our tethering cable becoming snagged, and we had to fix it, each little wire.
But you got it done.
Yeah.
And you were successful.
Yeah, we were pretty happy that we did.
So what was the fun part?
The fun part was the winning. And the experiences we have, and meeting other engineers and people from different walks of life that had so many different careers.
Freddie, I'm sure the fun part was winning, but it means a whole lot more than that, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, just as Christian alluded to, meeting the different engineers at the competition and also the other students from the other schools. And a lot of these schools are the more affluent and successful schools. So for our students to be mingling with those students and the engineers from the professional field, it's extremely valuable.
And Christine, what did it mean to you to be the #1 team?
Well, I knew that we could do well, and I know that I'm trying to get the point across to other people as well that you can do it if you try, and even if we might not win next year, but we want to be sure to do our best, and so we can show that we really can do it.
Do you sense a greater pride in the school and in what students can do because of this?
Yeah, I do. I know personally when I went into it, I didn't think we were going to win. I was going to be happy with just 4th or 3rd maybe. And it really shows something that we do this well.
Freddie, tell us a little bit about the backgrounds of the students on this team.
The backgrounds were varied. We have students that are, as in Christian's case, you know, he's candidate for valedictorian this year, and we have students that are barely making it in their classes. And the reason we have such a range is we want all the different students at Carl Hayden to be exposed to it. So hopefully we motivate the students that aren't academically successful by mixing them with the students that are academically successful. And they may have a little bit different look on their classes when they come back from a competition after seeing that their value and self-worth has been improved. They realize that the things that they're learning in class mean something, and they start to see a direct application for it.
And we talked a little bit before the show about the outside groups that you go to for support. Can you tell us about that?
Yes. For the last few years, a lot of the support that we've been getting have been from companies such as Honeywell and Phelps Dodge and Microchip, and recently Intel. And specifically, the groups that we're trying to target, especially since our school is a Hispanic school predominantly, are Latino-based industries or businesses.
Now, a lot of the companies you mentioned are reflected on Christian's shirt, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And at Intel, there's a group of Latino engineers that have a Intel Latino network, and they've been a group that stepped up and really helped us out.
And how did they do that?
Well, they raised public awareness of us at the company and helped put together a proposal to Intel, despite the fact that they're 30 miles away from our campus. And Intel has decided to fund us because of the input of the organization.
Did they work directly with the student members of the team?
They haven't done that at this point in time, but we already have engineers lined up for this year to be doing that, because that's one of the things we want, is the interaction between the students and Latino role models like engineers and scientists to work with them, so the students can see that they too can be in that situation.
Christian, how important is it for you to see Hispanic engineers?
Well, I think it's very important because I've been told that I can do it, and I've been told that I can't. But to actually see that it is possible and that it isn't within, it is within reach, it's motivated me a lot to strive toward that goal.
Gentlemen, congratulations to both of you on your accomplishments. Good luck next year, and hope to hear that you did make valedictorian.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us
Thank you
tonight
very
on
much.
Horizonte.